Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the best damn professional wrestling podcast on the internet. I am, of course, one of your three hosts himself, Odin's greatest creation, the gift to this generation, Mr. Perfection himself, Dakota Carter, and I'm here once again with my guy in the chair, the Ned to my Spider-Man, Mr. Magic Fingers himself, Andrew. And we don't have Eddie Kingston with us because, he couldn't catch his flight back home yet. He's
Hey, that man worked hard last night.
Yeah, he was main event bound and he was part of the tailgate. So he'll be back next week. You guys are probably going to see this the day that we were recording it. Probably around, I don't know, depending on when I get it up. I don't know. But
Yeah, when you get to it,
man,
dude.
holy crap.
It took me forever to get to bed last night after watching this, just because of how hyped up I was with the way it ended.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. Yeah. Me too.
And let me first just say,
took me a little bit.
WWE.
You need to step your game up.
What
the exactly?
Fuck? You need to step your game up.
Get out a pen and paper. Let's go old school. Get out the chalkboard.
Right.
Actually, out. Let's go even further than that. Get out the chisel and get out the rocks.
She said,
get out that stone tablet and chisel and learn from Tony Khan and AEW here, because they're putting you to shame each month when it comes to these live pay-per-view events.
And I would argue they're putting them to shame as weekly television as well.
Sophia, say you.
Yeah. Well,
WWE.
I will say here recently, WWE has gotten better on the weekly. Yeah. So they've improved. They've seen the signs and they are improving weekly, but they haven't touched their pay-per-views.
No.
I don't know what's going on there, but they have not touched that side of any kind of improvement level of anything, showing any kind of levels of, hey, we recognize there's an issue, we're making some adjustments. AEW is leaving you guys in the dust.
Yeah. I mean, this to me was the best pay-per-view of the year.
For me,
it was better.
This might be AEW's best pay-per-view.
I enjoyed every match. This thing, there was no bad match.
The only one that I can think is better is All In 2020, or All Out 2021, where Adam Cole, and Danielson showed up on the same night. That would be the only show that I would put higher than this, just because of the moment that was. But I was really impressed with everything.
Like even the pre-show had, and that was on TNT Dynamite, their normal Saturday night time slot.
Yep.
And they even had their own celebrity match, which had the Rizzler out there, doing his thing of, his little cape on and everything, looked like a little AEW blanket wrapped around him and whatnot, sitting outside of the ring, which had Paul White come out there and defend the guy, which they had their celebrity match and it was still entertaining. So they had everything involved in it.
You said celebrity match, but I wouldn't consider it a celebrity match, in my opinion. I think that, yes, they don't do it week to week, but number one, Big Justice with that diamond cutter.
Oh yeah, no, that was good. You can tell he's been training.
His form, you just don't learn that. He's been hitting the ropes and taking bumps. Granted, I think that's illegal currently in the United States. You have to, have to have a parent waiver, but I don't know, man. I wouldn't consider these guys celebrities. I think if Big Boom AJ wants to go full time on the roster, he could fit in. Is his gimmick stupid as shit? Yeah. But is it fun? Yeah.
They met the criteria of making it entertaining.
Yeah, and they do every time you put those guys on the card, whether it is the Rizzler just doing his little stupid, or it's Big Boom and Justice. They bring something to the table each time you put them on there. And this show to me was professional wrestling at its finest.
Yes.
It had everything. And I know a lot of people are going to look at this and be like, oh my God, you're just glazing AEW again. Well, it's hard not to when they consistently.
It's well deserved.
Yeah.
They're doing good over and over. You can't deny it.
Yes.
There has not been a bad
It's not a flip of a coin of, hey, is this going to be a good event or not? Or am I going to have to wait 6 months to see another great event? It's a consistency that you expect to see, especially if it's something that you're paying $50, $60 for. It's what we used to get all the time with WWE.
Yeah. I mean, and that's I see a lot of people complaining online about the prices and everything. This show to me was $100 show. If they would have charged $100, I wouldn't have batted an eye. I would have not batted a single eye.
Nope.
Because from top to bottom, from start to finish, whether it was Pac and Darby or that steel cage main event, it was so consistent. And that's something that I'm not used to and you're not used to. As when we do this podcast, we'll glaze over some stuff and then we'll say, yeah, this was a good pay-per-view. I did not hate a single match on this card.
Well,
no.
With me, usually there's like a match I don't like with WWE, but
there wasn't.
I wasn't.
Oh yeah, I mean we'll call it like the bathroom break match or something like that.
Yeah, the piss break match.
I was not.
There wasn't.
No,
there wasn't.
No, I was happy. I watched everything.
And so let's go by card order. I do believe that Darby and Pac opened the show.
Well, actually, hold on. Before that, we had that $200,000 prize match.
Yeah,
it was the 4-man or the 4 tag team match, and this was all on the TNT Dynamite episode, that they had prior. So it was their pre-show match. Austin Gunn and Juice Robinson defeated, and they won the $200,000. It was excellent. It was an excellent 4-man tag team match.
Yeah.
And then you had Boom and Doom. They did their thing. It was very entertaining. Hook and Eddie Kingston. They defeated the War Horsemen. And that was the only, even though that was a very quick match, it was not expected to end so quickly.
Yeah.
I think it was maybe less than a 5-minute match.
Yeah.
It was still entertaining for what it was.
Yeah.
And then you had the Don Callis family versus the CMLL World Trios Championship. And that was very entertaining as well, especially when you got old boys that can't get on the same page and one of them showing up late. And it's continued their build up to where they're going to be, one-on-one coming up, which we found out in the PLE that's going to eventually end up happening here very soon. But all of that led up, excuse me, all of that led up to literally they ran out of time in Dynamite, and then the event actually started. You could see the pyro and everything going off. They're still in their match.
Yeah.
So how distracting is that? But yet no one gave a damn about the pyro going off.
No.
And the announcers, Tony Schiavone, them saying, "Hey, welcome to tonight's event," or whatever, because they had such amazing action going on inside the ring.
Yeah.
So if you're doing that good of a job and no one's caring about the pyro and effects you got going on, congratulations.
Yeah.
Welcome to the big leagues, you guys, because that's absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
But Pac and Darby Allin, do you have a legitimate one-on-one? There is no stipulations. There is nobody going to interfere type situation. It's just, I want to face you one-on-one. Let's just see who's best.
Yeah.
The amount of punishment that both gave to each other. Holy shit.
Yeah.
I mean, the effects that both of them had. Now, obviously, Darby, we know if Darby's in a match, he's
going to try to kill himself.
Yeah, I mean, the way his intro started, of him laying in the hospital bed with all the bandages on and everything and escaping from there like it's a psych ward, that fits him perfectly because every match he has is like that.
He gave me Michael Myers type vibes.
Right? Come back from the dead for everything, no matter how much of a punishment he gets, even if it was 12, 24 hours prior. Yeah. He's going to give you a match like he's, well rested for 6 months.
Yeah.
And when Pac picked him up and then just tossed him, and he landed back first, on the mat outside, just like even Schiavone was saying he thought he was going to throw him on the table outside, and just all of a sudden you hear him just splat like a bug on the floor outside. Just it was insane. But to see that kind of punishment they had the entire time, it was just, oh man, just like we've been saying every single time Darby has a match.
Mm-hmm.
Is he entertaining? Yes.
Yes.
Is it cringeworthy? Of course. He's not going to be able to continue to do this.
Not for much longer now.
But he is going to do it until his heart stops beating.
Yeah.
Because that's the way he is wired and programmed.
Yeah.
No matter who's telling him, stop. We want to see you breathing. We want to keep you around. He's not wired that way.
Well, we're talking about a guy who climbed Mount Everest for fun.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys know this
has killed many people.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if you know the backstory behind Darby Allin, the reason he paints his face. Do you know the backstory?
No.
So his uncle, when he was a kid, came and picked Darby up, and he was drunk.
Mm-hmm.
He was drunk, and they got in a car accident, and his uncle passed away.
Okay.
Darby, I get emotional talking about it. Darby paints his face because he said 50% of him died that day.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
That's why he paints the, one side of his body. And when I tell you, Darby Allin has said in multiple interviews, I don't care if I die. I love this shit, and I don't care if I die doing it. When you go from having such a traumatic experience as a young child, knowing that, well, I survived that and I shouldn't have, there's not going to be much that scares you.
Nope.
Yeah.
Like,
you
know what I mean? And so that's what scares me about Darby. And I'm not just being a pro wrestling mark and saying this is uncomfortable. It scares me for the human being that Darby Allin is.
Yeah.
Because one day he's not going to get up.
Yeah.
And it scares me that we are going to get an over the edge 98, 97 repeat.
Yeah.
Of he's going to do something so stupid and it's going to make us pop. And then there's going to be a slight second where, oh, fuck, he's not breathing.
Yeah, it's going to be a time we realize he's not getting up anymore.
And I know that's a crazy comparison to compare it to Owen Hart's passing, but that's what it feels like. It feels like at what point does this train, this locomotive hit a wall? Because he's done so much stupid shit.
Yep.
Every wrestler has a bump card, That's the old saying. When does when does Darby's bump card run out?
Mm-hmm. It's hard to tell.
And will people see that happen live on pay-per-view? That's what scares me.
I feel like it will happen on live. I'm gonna be honest.
It might not be on pay-per-view. It could just be on a regular Dynamite or Collision episode.
Yeah, and I love you, Darby. If you ever see, I love you, dude. You're great at what you do.
Yeah.
You just scare the shit out of me.
He was the reason I started watching AEW.
Yeah, he is insane and a great human being from what I've heard. But it just scares me from a fan perspective and from a dude who spent time in the business and learned from the best in my area. We are all, I think as wrestling fans, we're spoiled a lot, where we don't take the little moments and say, man, we're lucky to be alive to witness this. Like the fact that I'm going to be able to show my kids one day John Cena's final match and say, yeah, I was watching this when it happened. Or I can go back and show them the 2024 Royal Rumble and say, yeah, me and your grandpa were in that building.
Yeah.
And it was the most out-of-body experience I've ever had. I think those are the moments that we need to cherish as wrestling fans. And with Darby Allin marks, because the people that are diehard Darby Allin fans are fucking psychopaths. Because they're never never satisfied. It's like I seen a lot of people saying on Twitter last night that the 3rd degree burn marks were makeup.
Yeah, okay.
I don't think it was.
I don't think
that was amazing makeup then, because when Pac was giving him that Indian burn, none of that was coming off.
None of it was coming off. And so at what point and how desperate does he have to be where he feels like no matter what he does is good enough?
I think he's way over that line already.
Yeah, and
way over that line.
I'm just scared, man. I'm scared that one day he's not gonna get up, and then we'll be posting on social media the crazy bumps and stupid stuff he did in memory of Darby Allin. And I'm not even kidding. I'm 100% honest because he's done that bump a couple times, and I want to talk about it. Last night he did the turnbuckle spot where he gets thrown through the middle and top turnbuckle, and his head just full on collides with the ring post. If anybody else does that, they're dead.
How's he not dead in general?
Nobody else can do that spot and be okay other than Darby Allin.
The way he got even faster after
Yeah.
he collided.
Yeah, it's
And it
like he
seems like
gets some
each time he
sick
does it,
pleasure
he
out of it.
gets even faster.
Yeah, it's like
It's
I don't know, man. It's
I'm
like,
just glad I was sitting down for the match.
yeah, and that's I have a friend who watched AEW with me for the longest time, but now no longer watches it. It says it's too much for him. Man, you ain't seen nothing yet because
Nope.
Darby Allin is going to do something in the next couple months that will live on forever. I mean, I got a feeling he's going to do something that will be in the same conversation as King of the Ring 1998, 1997 in the Hell in a Cell match. Like
I
it,
hope not.
it's crazy. And of course, Pac would get the win here. Clean, kind of.
Yeah,
Kind
yeah.
of.
I mean,
I love the story they're telling
I
with
do.
that.
I
And
do.
that's one thing I will give AEW credit for that WWE really doesn't fucking do now is it's small little details
Yep.
that matter. Like they're doing stuff now that 6 months ago they planted, right? And now it's just starting to sprout. Which WWE does not do very well. Um,
Or often.
of course, Darby would get taken out by, I believe it was Wheeler Yuta, would hit him
Hmm.
with Sting's baseball bat, and that would allow Pac to get the 1, 2, 3. I thought this was a very creative finish. I think it furthers their feud, and I think it's going to get more violent and more. You know what? Fuck you. I'm gonna try to kill you. Like
Yeah.
I think they're going to get to the level that Moxley and Darby did, and I'm here for it because number one, Pac is unrecognizable. Like if you put a picture
The amount of muscle that
of
dude has put on here recently. Jeez.
Neville and then you put Pac right next to him, you wouldn't be able to tell it's the same person. It's
No.
insane. He is a genetic freak, and I'm very excited for the future of what he's got going on. But how did you feel about this finish? And did you enjoy the story that they're trying to tell slowly but surely?
I liked it. I wasn't really a fan that there was interference at all. I really
Yeah,
wish there was just they left it the legitimate one-on-one, but I do it's going to build up to something else. So it's not like it's a one-on-one match and the story is ended there. So I'm interested to see how it's going to continue from here.
yeah. I mean, it's building slowly. It's like bubbling up to the surface. What was the next match on the card? I'm not sure if
That
I
was the
have.
ladies tag team match, man. It
Okay,
was
yeah,
the
yeah,
yep, Timeless Love Bombs versus Babes of Wrath, Sisters of Sin, and then Megan Bain and Marina Sharif.
yeah. This match was awesome. I thought it was great.
Me too.
It
Um,
was it was absolutely delicious. And I mean that with the utmost respect for every one of them because and I use that word because not only are each of them absolutely beautiful,
yeah,
I mean that because it was the best way to show the women's division is evolving in a way that is making them untouchable.
yeah,
And they're proving the right talent belongs on AEW if you want to be a woman wrestler.
yeah, yeah. It was awesome. I thought they did a very good job of building up this tag division. Which when they
Yes,
first announced this tournament, I was like, that don't really make much sense because we don't really have nobody. But over the
right.
short period of the progression through the tournament, I have fell in love with this women's tag team division.
Watching it all play out has been just
Did you leave the door
magnificent.
open in case he breaks out?
Yeah, the door open.
Okay. Um, yeah, I think that they've slowly built this up. Of course, I can't say the name of it. We haven't got confirmation, but the program that we use uh to get our programs sourced through had a lot of buffering issues
Yeah.
last night. Their servers were crazy. Um,
There was just a lot of sports going on last night,
a
so it
lot
was
of
overwhelmed.
a lot of sports, a lot of issues were going on, but I will say it got better towards the other half of the night. But
Yes.
me and you were both confused at the ending of this match because we were like, "What happened?" And then it popped up, and I was like, "Oh, okay." So the team of Mina Shirakawa and Tony Storm get the win and be able to choose their advantage going into their semifinal match.
Yep. And I think we have to wait till Wednesday to find out what that's going to be. So
Yeah, We gotta wait
It
till Wednesday
will,
to find out what that'll
with
be.
Tony Storm being involved in that, it's going to be interesting.
Give
And
me a good,
I'm here for it. I'll have the popcorn ready.
give me a good old fashioned bra and panty match.
Oh God.
If anybody's gonna bring that stipulation back, damn it, it would be her, and it would make
If
sense.
she does that, you make sure you're recording it, because there's gonna be some history made on live TV.
Yep. Yep. So I really like what they're doing with this women's division, and I can't wait to see
Yes.
where it moves forward. What was the you got the card up, so
Yep.
what was
I
next?
do. Next match was the AEW World Tag Team Championship between FTR and Brodito, and I have to say that this is probably up there for match of the night.
Yeah, you know, and there's a lot of match of the night contenders in this show,
Yes.
which
Yes.
just stands the test of how good this show actually was. Um,
They
I would
tried
argue,
hard to steal the show, and
yeah,
they did a damn good job.
they did a damn good job. Um, I would argue that it's probably my favorite traditional tag team match of the year. I
Yeah,
really, really, really enjoyed this. Um, and going into it, I thought it would be good, but I didn't expect it to blow me away like it did.
Yeah, you'd expect it to be that good.
Because you have
no,
probably arguably the greatest tag team that is active right now in FTR. Let's give them their credit.
yeah,
And a team that was just thrown together, pretty much. And man, they tore the fucking house down.
they did.
It was counter after counter after kick out after kick out.
Poor Stoke.
The poor milk dud, man. Let me tell y'all something. I love Stokely Hathaway. I love Stokely Hathaway so much. This man deserves all his flowers because
Dude, almost the whole match he's laying over there dead.
Got taken out by poor Brody King. This 300-pound monster just crushes this poor little man.
Yeah.
And typically when they're in a down spot, they typically move around or they'll sell.
He did not.
He didn't fucking move.
No, he's like, I'm gonna take a nap right here. I'm gonna take a nap.
Yeah, he didn't
move at all.
He did not move. And for a minute there, I was like, I was really concerned. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, we need to go
Like,
get some
check
help
on your
for
boy
Milk
there.
Dud
Like,
over there.
is he okay?
Seriously, that's a 300-pound man almost coming at him.
You need to check on him.
But of course, FTR would end the reign of Brodito as the new AEW Tag Team Champions were crowned.
They're the 3-time AEW champs. I gotta give them credit, as much as I don't like them.
Yeah.
Because I'm still waiting for Edge and Christian Adam Copeland and Christian to come back and put a hurting on him after what they did to Beth.
Well, I think that's what they just set up with this title victory.
Yeah, I think so. I'm hoping so. Let's say I hope it goes in that direction. But I'm ready for them to get Karma to come back and whoop their ass.
And man, what a bunch of sick, sadistic bastards. But you can't help but admire their work.
Yeah.
And they're one of the best tag teams in the world, if not the best, currently, in my opinion. But this match just blew me away for a team that was thrown together and a team that knows each other so well and could finish each other's sentences in their sleep.
Yes.
They tore the fucking house down. And like you said, it's arguably match of the night. If it wasn't for something that we're going to talk about a little bit later, which I thought genuinely was the match of the night, and it really surprised me.
Right.
But I'm really grateful and really happy with this decision. Not that I didn't like Brodito as champions. It kind of just felt like they fucking made a mistake when they won the championships, and it's felt like a mistake ever since.
They did with that pay-per-view where they won it. It did look like a mistake, but they proved they can hold the titles. So it was a bad mistake, but it was a proven you guys can be in that position. So I could see it coming back around at some point.
Yeah, I enjoy Brodito. I think they add a different take. You got this big hulking monster in Brody King and his athletic freak.
Who moves around like a luchador.
Exactly.
Which is terrifying.
You had this athletic freak that is Bandito and who is insane. And you put them together and they just make magic. So I really enjoyed this match, but the next match on the card was
The Casino Gauntlet match for the inaugural AEW National Championship. And that started off interesting.
It did.
With it being the Hurt Syndicate supposedly to go one-on-one.
Yep.
But then here comes Ricochet and his buddies to blindside destroy the Hurt Syndicate, including MVP.
Yeah, poor MVP, man.
And then it just became everybody at their own time just coming out and whooping ass.
Yeah. And they set up something in this match. Of course, spoilers, you haven't watched the pay-per-view. Why are you watching this episode? But Ricochet would become the first, I believe it's national champion. Is that what it's referred to in AEW history? And fun fact.
He pinned Kevin Knight for it.
Yep. He pinned Kevin Knight for it, which good for Ricochet. I'm happy he's being used properly.
Yep.
Fun fact about that national championship. Did you notice that it has the almost exact same design as the original NWA television championship?
I think it might be a intentional design.
Yeah, 1,000%.
Paying homage to it. I'm hoping that's the case.
I love every bit about it. This title is gorgeous. I think that Ricochet being the first guy to hold it is nice. I think what they're doing with him is awesome. One match that I didn't know I wanted until I saw these two in the ring together was Kevin Knight and Speedball Mike Bailey. They, of course, are jet speed in the tag division, but man, they had a moment in the ring together where they were doing this one-on-one type of countering back and forth, and it just made me want more because those two in a ring together one-on-one would be arguably match of the year.
Easily.
So of course, this was a weird set of rules where the match could end at any time. You
don't have to wait for all participants to be out there, that's going to come back to haunt the creators of this match at some point, unless they just completely get rid of the match eventually.
Yeah, unless they change the rules, because they've done a casino gauntlet match before, but it's been like a casino battle royal. It's never been like a gauntlet.
Right.
And I'm going to be honest, this rule set kind of takes this match down a little bit.
Mm-hmm. I'm not a fan of that rule.
I'm not either. To me, it makes no sense. Why have these many people coming out if you know the match can happen at any point?
Right. If that's the case, I'm not waiting for my time to come out. I'm coming out whenever I want to come out.
Because there was no disqualification.
Right.
There was, nothing. So what's to stop them from walking out there or running out there and just beating the shit out of everybody?
Right. Which is why Ricochet was smart as could be when they initially came out.
Yeah. So very,
but then when you had Lashley and Sheldon finally get involved in it, oh boy.
Man.
They were clearing house. That flying knee that Benjamin does is just whoa.
Good God. That's what I was going to say. I've been watching this dude since I was probably 5, 6, 7, 8 years old. I grew up with Gold Standard, Shelton Benjamin, 2010. And this dude ages like fine wine. His knees, next to my boy Troy Parker, might be the best knee strikes in the business.
Dude, and I really didn't realize how big Sheldon Benjamin has gotten.
When
he was standing next to Bobby Lashley, I really thought they were twins.
Yeah.
Almost physically, literally, the exact clone standing next to each other. And I always thought Bobby Lashley was the biggest when it comes to the physical wrestlers of his physique, he was the biggest black dude out there.
Yeah.
And then you see Sheldon Benjamin standing right next to him in the ring with MVP in the middle, and it's like, wait a minute. When did they clone Lashley?
Yeah.
But no, that's Benjamin. Like, holy shit.
Dude's, in his mid-40s, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah. Dude
is jacked.
He's a hoss.
And if they don't put the AEW World Championship on him at some point, man, what a missed opportunity.
Good. You ain't lying. You ain't lying.
Grief.
But like you said, it's great to see that Ricochet got that win. I'm interested to see how they continue with his career over the next few weeks, especially with
I think he's moving around in there.
with adding the belt to his repertoire.
Yeah.
So it will be interesting. But the next match is where the rest of the evening kind of switched.
Yeah.
To where the kids had to go to bed.
Yeah.
Because the next match was the No Hold Bards match with Kevin O'Reilly and Jon Moxley.
Kyle O'Reilly and Jon Moxley.
Yeah.
Yeah. And man, what a fucking star-making performance for fucking Kyle O'Reilly.
Dude, the amount of punishment that he took.
Yeah.
I really think that his arm was literally broken.
Yeah.
Because unless he is just a great seller, the way that he just decided to react to the things, especially after the chair was removed, you could see that his arm basically went limp.
Yep.
After that crash, basically that car wreck.
Yep.
His reactions, his screams of pain after, and that was an adrenaline rush that got him through the end of that match.
Oh yeah.
Had to have been. But as soon as that match was over and he was getting attacked again, you could see the adrenaline was gone. And that was just flat out pain and just torture that was happening to him.
Yeah. I mean, I've followed Kyle O'Reilly from NXT, from the Indies all the way to NXT. And the crazy thing about this dude is no matter what situation you put him in, he makes money and he makes a moment and makes stars. And like you said, the psychology that Kyle O'Reilly had in this match was crazy. He is the only man that I know of that stops somebody from putting him in a guillotine by grabbing the back of his own trunks.
Yeah.
That's the first time I've ever seen that. That was really impressive to me, and it was such a small little detail that not a lot of people would pick up on. But it makes sense.
Oh, very creative.
Yeah.
Even if it's not gonna protect you very much because it's elastic, basically. But it was just enough to give you that little bit of a break.
Yeah.
And that was genius.
And it was, because in a real life situation, that works. That relieves some of that pressure, not all the pressure, but relieves some of the pressure that is on your elbow joint. And just the amount of technical wrestling that this match had in terms of I'm going to tie you up like a fucking pretzel. And the fact that Jon Moxley taps out clean to Kyle O'Reilly. I kind of want to see Kyle O'Reilly
straight he has tapped out.
You do?
I kind of want to see Kyle O'Reilly with a strap. I really do.
I wouldn't hate it.
I think, maybe not world championship right off the bat, but man,
one day he'll get there.
Could you imagine what he would do with the TNT title? My God.
But I'm interested to see where Wednesday night comes up.
Yeah.
Because as you said, Moxley did tap.
Yeah.
And then after the match, he ends up going back and attacked O'Reilly.
Yeah.
And then everybody came out to help, get Moxley off of him.
Yeah.
And then here come the Death Riders to make sure Moxley's protected. But you could see that look on Claudio's face. That he's had enough of the crap.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see when enough is enough, when they kick out Moxley, and when he takes over.
Yeah, because it's going to happen. The writing's on the wall. And
I think it'll be before New Year's.
Yeah, I do too. I would argue to say maybe it happens this Wednesday. Genuinely.
That's an immediate fallout.
Yeah. Because as they slowly, like another small attention to detail, Moxley was frustrated that he lost, but before he rolled out of that ring, he kind of gave Kyle O'Reilly like okay.
He gave him a little bit of respect, and that's something huge from Moxley.
Yeah, you don't get that.
He hasn't done that with anybody else.
No, you don't get that from Jon Moxley. And I can see that the only time that he jumps Kyle O'Reilly is when the Death Riders are already out there. Like, he's not doing it by himself. As soon as he sees Wheeler and Claudio and Danny Garcia coming, he's like, oh, well, fuck it. And he just starts running and beating the shit out of them. Now, he wasn't going to do that until he saw the Death Riders. So, me being the comic book nerd that I am I dissect a lot of things. I think Moxley is scared of the Death Riders.
Well, yeah. I mean, can you blame him?
No.
Look what he created.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's what they're going to be telling the story of. You kicked me out. I created this demon, this parasite in AEW, and it's my job to cleanse it. Yep. And I think right there is arguably your all-out main event for this coming year is Claudio versus Moxley for control of AEW.
That would be beautiful to see.
I mean, wow. Just this match, arguably match of the night as well. Just every match on this card was no less than 4 stars.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There was no bad match.
So, but I think it's going to shock you and her what my favorite match of the night was and what I would give a 5-star performance to. What was the next match on the card after the wasn't it?
Next match was the AEW TNT Championship no DQ match between Mark Briscoe and Kyle Fletcher.
Man, you want to talk about well-deserved.
Long overdue.
I am a huge Briscoe Brothers fan. I watched all their work in Ring of Honor, and I think Jay Briscoe is probably the greatest Ring of Honor World Champion of all time. And the Briscoes as a tag team deserve to be on tag team Mount Rushmore. They're not talked about enough. I was there the week after Jay passed away on Dynamite in Lexington, Kentucky. And their tribute show that they did, I was bawling like a baby.
Yep.
And his intro last night, I cried again. Because if you know Mark and Jay Briscoe, they were inseparable.
Mm-hmm.
They were brothers in every sense of the word. And now Mark's having to do this thing all by himself. And it really made me smile and happy. Granted, do I think that Mark Briscoe should have won this match? I would have liked to seen it go the other way just for storyline purposes. But man, if you didn't shed a tear when he looks up, because if you couldn't read his lips, he goes, "We did it, bro. We did it."
I'm not good at reading lips.
And he looks up.
I'm not.
And at that moment, I'm like, man, he's proud of you, chicken. You're good, brother. He can see you. You did it. And this was a feel-good moment for me. Am I a fan of the decision? Not really. I really like Kyle Fletcher. I think Kyle Fletcher's a future world champion. He was one defense away from being the most successful defending TNT champion of all time. I think we could have just given him that, and I think the story would have been better, and it would have went in a different direction if Mark would have lost this match, because, of course, the stipulation was that if Mark Briscoe loses to Kyle Fletcher, he has to join the Don Callis family. That is a very intriguing dynamic. I would like to see that. Yeah, that's a very intriguing dynamic for me. But how did you feel about this match, and did it live up to the expectations?
Anytime you get Mark Briscoe in a match, you don't know what to expect.
No.
It's kind of like a Mick Foley with
it's like if Mick Foley and Bradshaw had a baby.
Yeah, I mean it's you don't know what you're going to be coming out with, what new insane rabbit's going to be pulled out of the hat. I'm over the moon excited for him to actually get the title.
Yep.
I hope he keeps it for a while though, unlike what they did with Dustin Rhodes. But I like the way the story went, because we found out a little bit later that that Fletcher was pissed off about it when he confronted Okada and Takeshita. When he confronted both of them, and they were saying that all of them are going to be involved in this upcoming tournament.
Yeah.
So it's almost like it's a way of destruction of the Don Callis family.
Yep.
But now we get to potentially see all 3 of them fighting each other and see what kind of a banger they can put on together.
If that
So
finale
either
of that
way,
tournament,
either way, the
gosh,
story could have been amazing. But
yeah,
I'm really interested to see the one-on-one match for that overall title.
yeah, me too. I think Takeshita and Okada are going to put on one of the best matches of the year.
Yeah.
If it happens before New Year's, if it doesn't, they're already going to be a match of the year contender for
Oh yeah.
2026. And
Oh
if
yeah.
that tournament final ends up being Kyle Fletcher versus Okada versus Takeshita,
A
man,
triple threat for it. Jeez.
oh my gosh. Like, oh my goodness. Somebody needs, wow. Write
Yep.
that down, take a mental note, because that would be match of the night contender as well. And this was an okay match. To me, it was still 4 stars, but it was probably honestly the weakest match of the card if I had to give one to it. Um,
I don't know. The end of that, man, those kickouts when
yeah, the
especially when
kickouts
the
were
tax got involved and
yeah, the
the
kickouts were insane.
table with the barbed wire, the razor wire, whatever, when that got coming out, like
Yeah,
especially when old boy put that screwdriver
Bro.
through the turnbuckle, like, all right, they're stepping their game up. This is getting kind of outrageous. Like, I don't know if I can
yeah.
take my tour of this.
I didn't know
Um,
where that screwdriver was going to go, and I was
I
very
had a
concerned.
yeah,
I thought it was gonna go somewhere. It was
yeah,
a
yeah, and it's,
Yeah, we
yeah, like
all
somebody was
did.
going to be carried off. We can get some stitches immediately type situation.
Yeah.
But
Um, but I think the
yeah,
one downfall that this match had was that it followed a no holds barred match.
yeah, the
So it was
timing on that was
basically
kind of a
yeah, it was very the placement of this match I felt was off because we just went through a bloody battled war with Moxley and O'Reilly,
No.
and then we go through this another same pretty much the same exact match type with
but I
two
think they had to wait until a certain time in order to be able to have those matches. And the last 4 matches of the night were basically potential to end up like that no matter what.
yeah.
So even if it was a no holds barred match or not, there was going to be some red showing in any of the last 4 matches.
Yeah, but red is green, man. You already know that.
Exactly.
Red is green. The next match following that match was, of
Was
course,
the
the $1 million
yes sir, yes
trios
sir,
match between the Young Bucks and um,
Josh Alexander.
Josh Alexander and Kenny Omega and Jurassic Express.
Yes.
Holy shit.
Like with all of the twists and turns and the pops that came in this match, I was almost to the point where I was just exhausted.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, with it already being close to midnight, basically, I was exhausted.
Yeah.
But I was highly entertained at the same time.
Yeah.
That was me.
But I loved the finish. You got the Young Bucks got their win. They got their money, but they didn't join the family.
No.
You wanted to see them get the win, get their reputation built up, redeem themselves for the recent BS.
Yep.
But you saw that the Don Callis family come out and started attacking Kenny as they're walking away. And then they had a moment of redemption to where they came back and they started whooping ass on the Don Callis family to save Omega.
Yeah.
So in a way, it's going to be a nice way to see the family back together for the next part of the story, which is going to be a repeat of the story, basically.
Yep.
Of the family fighting the family.
Yeah.
Which is always going to be entertaining.
And the fact that you have the Elite back in All Elite Wrestling, man, let me tell you
As
something.
long as Kenny's knee holds out.
Okay, yeah, let's talk about that for a second. Poor Kenny Omega's knee. Golly. Honestly,
barely walk.
I think it was
that was a legit fall apart too. Like when he collapsed going up the stage like that.
Yeah.
Ow. And he almost fell off the stage trying to turn around to, say goodbye to everybody. Like, dude, if that light wasn't there, you'd have been tumbling over.
Yeah, it was concerning because of course he has the history with the vertigo and the issues that he's had. And I love Kenny Omega. I think Kenny Omega is one of the greatest of all time. And to see him slowly breaking down in front of us, that's painful to watch.
Yep.
Because Isaac, the person, Fun fact, that's his actual name is Isaac.
Isaac?
Kenny is nowhere near his actual
Wow.
name.
Yeah.
It's not even close.
Wow. Okay.
Isaac, the person, would do this until his heart stops beating.
Yes. Many of them are like that.
Yeah. And it just breaks my heart because you saw him in so much pain.
Mm-hmm.
But
He doesn't have much left.
He's just gonna wrap it up
Yeah.
and go again. Wrap it up
Yep.
and go again until the wheels fall off. I've been lucky enough to see Kenny Omega live twice in my life. One of the greatest in-ring performers that I've ever seen live. And to know that his time's coming short, to know that Samoa Joe time is coming short, to know that AJ Styles' time is coming short, and to know that in 3 weeks, John Cena's career is over. Man, my childhood is falling apart in front of me.
Sucks.
Like
it really does. Suck.
It's falling apart in front of me, and I'm not ready for it.
I don't want to see
I was a Kenny Omega fan before Kenny Omega was cool. Like I had the original Kenny Omega Bullet Club shirt.
Yep.
From Hot Topic. There's a deep take for you.
Oh, I'm getting better at names, by the way, and you know this.
Yeah, you are doing good at names.
There you go.
Better at names. But this match was very entertaining, very back and forth. I think the right people won. I think it was another feel good moment of the night. I think the fact that we have the elite back in all elite wrestling, I can't wait to see that because the dynamic between the Bucks and Kenny have always been great, funny. And if you haven't watched the Being the Elite series on their YouTube channel, go through and watch that whole entire playlist because it is comedic fucking gold.
Yes, it is.
But I believe the next match was the Women's World Championship match, correct? Mm-hmm. And this was my favorite match of the night.
Really?
Coming from a guy who historically says women cannot wrestle.
Yeah, you say that.
I say that a lot because it's true. Yeah. I mean, honestly, it's
I also
true
say
statement.
It too. So,
but holy fucking shit! These women beat the fuck out of each other.
She was going for that arm. She was going for that.
Oh, yes.
The whole match.
I mean, it was so good because here's this people hate Mercedes Moné and soon to be 14 belts Moné.
I love her.
I fucking adore that woman.
I
think she's the greatest women's wrestler of all time. There's a reason she's called Ultimo Moné, because only one person could be called that, and it makes sense. And holy shit. Like, I expected this match to be good, but when this match, coming from me, a person who historically hates women's wrestling, this is probably my favorite women's match of all time. Like, it was that good. It was right up there with me. And before this match, my favorite women's match of all time was Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair, WrestleMania 39.
Yeah.
I thought that match was brilliant. But to me, this match topped that for me. Like, it had everything. And they weren't just women pretending to wrestle and looking like they couldn't wrestle.
Their women's
They were professional fucking wrestlers.
Their women's division is actually really good.
And before I go any further, I'll backtrack a second. There was a botch in that $1 Million Trios match.
Oh, yeah.
Where Nick Jackson almost kills himself.
Like did he not?
Dude,
they almost didn't catch him.
We all caught that, right? Where he he's doing the split leg and he goes to do. Normally he just does a regular over, like he'll just open his legs, he'll go over.
He just didn't get the
his little skinny ass tries to do a twisty flip in the middle of it and almost kills himself. But
they had a little bit of fun with that one.
It's okay. They just mistimed it.
This women's match, man, it just
it was good.
It was the epitome of what wrestling should be.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Like, whether you're a woman or a man, you're a professional wrestler at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
And these women proved it. Because they outshined in my opinion, this was the best match on the card. I did not expect it from it. Granted, I think the wrong person won because I want 14 belts Moné. But
I was surprised that she did.
Chris Statlander finally gets the victory over Mercedes Moné in an absolute instant classic.
Yep.
And how do you feel about this match? And do you feel the same way that I feel, as this could have been probably women's match of the year? I mean, I haven't seen
I
anything.
I think that
I haven't seen good women matches a lot besides this one, so there's my answer.
I think for this match, the right woman won it, and I say that because this was Chris Statlander's first defense
Okay, yeah.
with the
Okay,
belt.
yeah. Okay,
It was her
yeah.
first defense with the belt. So she had to prove her mustard after winning it from Tony Storm, because since she won it from Tony
That
Storm,
makes
I believe. Well, no, hold on. I believe there was a rematch with Tony Storm and Statlander, so maybe that wasn't her first
Yeah,
defense.
this would be her second one, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure.
Right. But I don't really count a rematch clause a first defense.
No.
Technically, it is. Technically, I don't count it as that.
I don't count
But
it
then she was involved in their blood and guts
Mhm.
war game, so to speak, match. So that doesn't really count as her defending. So to see her finally getting the win against Monet to prove that she's not invincible, I'm curious to see how the story is going to continue with, since she has now suffered a defeat, even though one of her belts is not on the line, to prove that she's not going to win a belt just because there's the belt she could potentially get. Is that going to have any type of psychological damage on her for the next time she's challenging, or someone's challenging her for her belt when she has to defend one of her 13? But I did love the fact that she did the 3 amigos, but she changed it to the 14 amigos during that match. That was pretty cool. But, they normally say anytime someone is showing off in a match, usually means they lose the match.
Yeah.
So I had predicted that the money train was going to be getting thrown off the rails that night, and I was right. So
You sure did.
I was happy that, as much as I'm not really a fan of Statlander, I was happy that she won the match that night, just to see, because Tony's had that belt for how long? A long time.
A long
I'm interested to see how the other women in the division can fill in those shoes.
What they can
as
do
the champ.
with it.
Exactly. So giving the next woman a chance and to see how well they do.
Yeah. I mean, I thought this match was brilliant. My favorite match of the night. And after that, of course, Monet would lose. Statlander would retain. And then we would go into the main event, which, thank God, we have a new world champion, because I cannot stand fucking Hangman Adam Page.
I didn't expect him to win, I'm gonna be honest.
There's something about that motherfucker that it's almost on the level of Orange Cassidy. Like it's right here. Orange Cassidy's right here. Orange Cassidy's like right here. Hangman's right here.
Jesus.
I don't know why. I don't like the way the guy talks. I don't like the way the guy talks. I've heard that he's a dick in real life. I think that he's only as successful as he is in that company because his best friends, he's blowing the right people backstage. I can go on and on.
So you don't like the way he portrays himself?
I don't like the way that he wrestles. It's bad when Logan Paul does your moves better than you, buddy. And you're the motherfucker that came up with the move. That's pretty fucking bad. And so when I tell you the enjoyment that I got out of this match of watching Hangman get his ass beat.
Yeah, you were happy.
I was so happy. And of course, spoilers, Samoa Joe ends up beating him with the help of Hook, which I thought this was a great story point in moving forward, because Hook, was kind of on the fence when Joe turned heel, and something in the back of my brain said, just wait. Because the ops are always prepared, and the ops always got each other's back.
One step ahead.
They're always one step ahead. Hook, of course, comes out to stop Shibata and Hobbs from getting involved in the cage match. Mm-hmm. Well, then he grabs the belt and walks Hangman right upside the fucking head. And the reveal of him slowly pulling his jacket off, Hook just gives you badass energy. Oh, yeah. Like,
kind of reminded me when Aces and Eights, when what's his face did the whole reveal of taking the vest off, or taking the jacket off and showing he had the vest on.
Taz,
yeah.
Funny enough, like father, like son.
Yep.
So
So it's like,
I thought
wonder
this,
where he got the idea from.
yeah, I thought this was a great twist. I think the right person won. I'm not just saying that because I hate Hangman. Hangman is a champion. In my opinion, he works better like Cody Rhodes. He's better at chasing the belt than he is at being champion.
You don't want to hear me talk about Cody Rhodes.
I do not like Hangman. I've never liked Hangman. I think, the cowboy shit is cool, but then it gets, what really grinds my gears.
I'll give the man respect for wrestling the way he does in cowboy boots.
Yeah.
I'll give him mad respect for that.
Yeah, I'll give him respect for that. But you know what grinds my gears and my real hatred for this man begun?
I was going to say, let me know how you really feel.
He burned my boy, my dog.
Dude, that is fucked
He
up.
burned my boy's house, his childhood home that he just bought.
That
Felt so good, and he burned it right in front of him. What type of piece of shit does that? And speaking of my boy, return of the fucking year in terms of unpredictability and pop.
And a new song, too.
That new song, I've had that on repeat all day on my Spotify.
It's just in your head.
It's you just can't help but move. And we're talking about Swerve, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, Joe would win. Of course, it was a big moment. The lights would go out. And for a split second, I thought, oh, my dog's coming back. The greatest wrestler in the planet today, Will Ospreay, is coming back. And it's going to be a banger.
He wants his baby back. That's what he wants.
And then I slowly start to see my boy, the best weed dealer in professional wrestling, Prince Nana. I see his silhouette.
Bro.
And I popped so hard.
He was getting it down.
I popped so hard. And then we hear the new music hit and Swerve comes out. And you want to talk about a fucking transformation.
That house burning down background was going perfectly with his music. And it reminded me a lot of Kane coming out.
Yes.
With that, the demonic Kane coming, and then that look of intensity in his eyes, you knew there was not going to be him coming down to the ring to help to join the Ops family. He wasn't really going to be coming down there to do anything with Hangman. He was coming down there to destroy anyone that got in his way, no matter who they were.
Yeah, and this, to me, like, we've had AJ Lee's return, but that was kind of predictable. We knew it was coming.
Yeah.
Still great, but we knew it was coming.
But we didn't know this was coming.
This, to me, was the best return of the year in my mind because we didn't know it was coming.
We didn't know anything.
Didn't know a damn thing. And the fact that Prince
My favorite return since Adam Copeland showed up in AEW.
Yeah.
Prince Nana was just...
Prince Nana. The fact that my man is still doing his little dance with the new song.
Getting it down.
And I just thought it was fantastic. And you want to talk about a holy fucking shit moment? He walks out through that curtain, and it ain't that scrawny kid from Washington anymore.
I thought it was just me, but he got bigger.
No, he got way bigger.
Way bigger.
Oh, he put on some muscle.
I mean, it just blew me away because I've been following Swerve since he was, on the Indies in Defy. And he had this great feud with Leo Rush and Darby Allin in Defy, which is a local promotion in Seattle. I mean, I was following this guy since he was doing the Michael Jackson gimmick and dancing out to the ring. So when he came out, and I could see the intensity in his eyes, where he's not coming to say, hey, guys, I'm back. He's coming to fuck somebody up. The walk.
That's exactly what he did, too.
the swagger that this man had.
He took off that jacket.
He's always had this swagger about him, but for some reason, it was turned up to 10 last night.
Yep.
I knew when he stepped through that curtain and he was walking down to the ring that
anyone that gone his way is going to get fucked.
Run.
Yep. I mean, those shoes got messed up.
It just makes me smile because every time that this dude does something special, he was the first ever black AEW World Champion.
Yep.
How in the entire fuck does WWE let this guy go?
I don't know, but they're regretting.
And how do they drop the ball with this guy? How?
They wrote the recipe on how to do it.
I mean, it blows my mind every time I see that guy because here's a guy who Triple H and Vince McMahon said, "Oh yeah, we didn't see him as a top guy."
That's bullshit.
Well, look at him now.
Mm-hmm.
He is arguably the most over person in professional wrestling. Everybody in that building, when he said, "Whose house?" Swerve's house, because they knew that Daddy just came home from getting the milk and I'm about to fuck somebody up. Like that's what we had.
You got chills when he said that.
It was like Daddy's home, bitch. Go to bed. It's bedtime. You're up too late. And when just the pop and the fact that this guy, who I have watched start from Seattle to sleeping in his car to being able to buy his childhood home and get burned in front of him, that wasn't the real one. That was the replica. They remodeled it and did everything. But to see him go from that to now be the most over professional wrestler, in my opinion, on the planet,
they are regretting their decision.
It makes me smile so much because he took the reins when he got released from WWE and came to AEW. Like, we all knew it would be a big deal, but he took those reins and said, "No, I'm going to show you who the fuck I actually am."
Yep.
And he did it. And to me, this return was done so well. But how did you feel about it? And are you excited about the future?
Dude, Swerve Strickland is the only man that makes Jon Moxley nervous.
Yeah.
Because he's more psychotic than Moxley.
Yeah, this guy takes a staple gun to himself to get sexual pleasure. I don't
like to have that happen and then all of a sudden just
you don't have words.
My kids got introduced to Swerve Strickland by that match, and that was an immediate guys, leave the room.
I'm sorry, guys.
They both look over and they were
horrified.
Yeah, so I was like, oops.
My bad.
Didn't know that was going to happen. But this was also the match where someone did it to him. They got him on the chest.
Yep.
But this is also one of those times where he was, I guess, to use lack of better words, hulk up, grabbed the staple gun from the guy, and then just starts stapling his chest and then staples his face and like, oh, God, this doesn't hurt me. I'm like, oh, my God.
This is also a man who got a syringe stuck through his gum and through the other side of his mouth.
Yeah, it went all the way through. And it got just, But no, I am looking forward to seeing what kind of chaos comes in with Swerve's return. And it wouldn't be the first time that Swerve has taken the AEW title from Samoa Joe. So, yes, I'm glad to see Joe has it back because, like we've said before, it's not going to be too much longer that he's going to be around. So I'm glad to see that he's got the title one more time. But I want it to be Swerve that takes it from him and to Swerve actually hang on to it this time. It's unfortunate that he lost it the last time, but he didn't really lose it. He had to
vacate
give it up because he got injured. Yep. But hopefully he can stay injury-free and just really take over as the champion for AEW because he's just a absolutely outstanding athlete.
I mean, he is incredible, but we were talking last night and you said I don't think Darby Allin could be world champion. I think that's the guy who beat Swerve because they have a history together. I mean, I'm talking about going all the way back from Defy. They had one of the most unbelievably him and Leo Rush and him and Darby Allin had probably the best independent feuds of that year, which was 2017.
It'll be just like when Ricky defeated Obafema.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it can't be anytime soon.
No. They had to slowly build this and slowly build it.
Yep.
And it needs to be done the right way.
I'm excited for Wednesday. And because I know my boy and the best weed dealer in the business, Prince Nana, is coming back. And yes, I say weed dealer because there's a funny story, and it's the only time that Hangman's ever made me laugh. Historically, we know that Nana's a pothead.
Yes.
Like, it's a common thing in the world of professional wrestling.
You know it.
That Nana is a pothead. So the only time that Hangman ever made me laugh, and I was like, yeah, okay, that was pretty funny. He was talking to Swerve, and he said, "Nah, if you don't quit dancing like that, I'm gonna beat your ass. I'm gonna steal your weed too." And then Nana's reaction was like, "No, no, you're not." And then that, that Nigerian accent, it was just so good and so much good comedic timing. So to see those three back in a ring together again on Wednesday, it's gonna be fucking magic. I think Nana's dance is the most iconic dance in professional wrestling history. I think that when you can have little kids in Africa doing it in their schools, like that's something that I'm not a black man, obviously, but I know from that perspective, when you have somebody like Prince Nana who grew up in poverty and you have somebody like Swerve, I know that has to mean the world to them when they can see these kids that are in these poverty countries and poverty areas that know who Swerve is. And they say, he looks just like me. He came from a place just like me.
Right.
And it just blows my mind that here's this guy in Swerve who is a phenomenal athlete, but he's also the most genuine human being that I've ever had the pleasure of getting to understand him on a human being level from stories and people that have worked with him. And he's one guy that I haven't met yet, but I will want to buy him a beer one day. And then we'll go kick Hangman's ass for burning down his house. But I think this was genuinely the best show of the year in terms of professional wrestling.
Which they're not done yet. It looks like they have at least one, maybe two more events before the end of the year. They have World's End that's supposed to be on the 27th, and then they have New Year's Smash. So that not done yet.
So World's End will be the December 27th, right?
December 27th. Yep.
Yeah. So
that will be in Chicago.
Yeah, that will be the last pay-per-view of the year, calendar year for them.
But then they have New Year's Smash, which is on the 31st. So I don't know if that's going to be legitimately a pay-per-view or if that's going to be like main event for WWE. So,
well, what day does the 31st fall on? Does it fall on a Wednesday? If it falls on a Wednesday, it's going to be a special edition of Dynamite. Let me check here.
The 31st.
31st. December 31st.
It is Wednesday.
That's going to be a special edition of Dynamite.
Yep.
So technically, the last pay-per-view of the year will be December 27th. And it's going to be hard to top Full Gear, man, but I'm ready for it. And AEW has my full attention. They're the best wrestling company in the world right now, in my opinion. And I can't wait to see what they go for next. Hopefully, our other co-host, for God's sake, John, I know you're going to watch this. Watch AEW. So you're not the outcast, man. Like, we've been trying to get him on the bandwagon, y'all, and we got to get him on the bandwagon. He's stuck in his WWE bubble, and I'm trying to break him out of it. But he was happy that Sasha lost.
We'll get there eventually.
But he will be joining us again next week. I want to thank again Mr. Magic Fingers himself, the guy in the chair, the Ned to my Spider-Man, Andrew, for joining me for this Full Gear review. I want to thank you again for giving your feedback. The journey that she has taken over the past year, it makes me so proud. Because at the beginning of the year, she couldn't stand wrestling. When I would pop, she would yell at me for being too loud. And then last night, I probably popped as loud as I've popped all year. And she didn't give a damn.
Nope.
And that to me, and I'm very grateful and fortunate because we all love this thing called wrestling, ladies and gentlemen. But when you can introduce somebody like a spouse or a son or a daughter to wrestling for the first time, that to me is the greatest accomplishment you can have as a wrestling fan. Because you were that kid at one point that didn't have a fucking clue. And now you're getting to see it through their eyes and they're experiencing the things that you experienced for the first time. And that to me is my most cherished memory of this year, along with starting this podcast, is getting her introduced into that world and the way she reacts to wrestling now. I'm so proud of her because she didn't know the fucking difference between a fucking heel and a baby face 6 months ago. So I'm so proud of her. I'm so grateful that she is able to do this podcast with us. I'm so grateful to our listening base, man. The fact that we have almost done this coming up in a few months will be a full year of this podcast. It really blows me away, and I have met my best friend in the entire world through this podcast, and that's just goes to show you how important wrestling can be. I see these parents online saying, "Oh, wrestling is violent." Wrestling brings people together regardless.
Yeah.
Like, we might all fucking disagree at the end of the day, but talk shit about wrestling on Twitter, and we're all coming for your neck.
We can trauma bond together, dude. That ain't a problem.
Yeah, that's a fact. But that's the beautiful thing about wrestling, and that's the thing that I wanted this podcast to show is he's from a different decade. When I was born, he was graduating high school.
Yep.
He grew up with Hogan and Nash and Hall and Austin and Brett. I grew up with Cena, Miz, Ziggler, Punk. But the dynamic that we have, the differences that we have. At the end of the day, he's still my brother. I'm still gonna fucking fight somebody over him. But we can disagree, and that's the beautiful thing about wrestling is we all don't have to agree. Now, it's our entitlement as a wrestling fan that if we don't agree with your opinion, we'll look at you and call you a fucking dumbass. Yeah. That's our entitlement. But that's the beautiful thing about wrestling. We all don't have to agree. And this is what the podcast is supposed to represent. I'm so grateful to be on this journey. This isn't the last episode of the year, but I just wanted to take a moment to thank our audience, thank Drew, because the friendship that we have built over this podcast will last a lifetime, and the impact that we will make in the wrestling world has already made a big dent. And hopefully Eddie Kingston will jump over the bandwagon soon. We will see you guys Monday, because I'm posting this on Sunday. We'll see you guys tomorrow for the regular weekly episode, and you guys are getting a bonus full gear review. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys enjoy your Thanksgiving. Be safe out there, guys. Enjoy the time with your family, and we love you guys.